let's get into it. So we took your questions during
Which I haven't seen. I haven't seen these questions.
He has not seen the questions.
So these reactions are going to be genuine.
There's no questions here. They might be here, but he can't see them.
Kind of scared.
Don't be scared. It's just our 1.9 million Facebook fans.
I know.
57,000 Twitter fans who are asking you guys questions.
Wow, that's a lot of people, man.
It's easy. It's easy peasy, man.
Easy peasy. Yeah.
Easy peasy. So as you know, WWE Games community, we took your questions from our Twitter feed, which is at WWE Games, and our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/WWE Games. Brian, leave the RKO man alone. I'm just saying, keep your hands to yourself.
All right.
And we're just going to jump right into it. So here we go, Brian.
Here we go.
First question, drum roll. Okay. Do referees switch up in the game, or do the same ref control the rules in a match?
Meaning, is he asking if we have more than one ref?
I think that's what he's saying. Do referees switch up in the game, or is there a possibility that a ref can come in if another ref is knocked out?
No. We have one ref in the game this year, so if he gets incapacitated or otherwise can't officiate, then it's just kind of a free-for-all until he revives himself. So no, we don't have any refs coming in to take over a down ref.
What a cool idea.
Cool idea.
Yeah.
Very cool idea, because it's definitely something you see in wrestling quite a bit, especially in, well, I was going to say the promotion that will not be named. But yeah, you do see that quite a bit.
Absolutely. So let's see here. Next question. When you do a move with a weapon on a limb, for example, the leg, will it be a struggle for them to walk or a struggle to use the damaged limb? So if you damage that leg enough with the baseball bat.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point of the limb targeting system this year, is to work a limb to reach a certain effect or to get a certain advantage over your opponent. So, I mean, whether you're using a weapon to damage the leg or use a limb targeting moves themselves, I mean, once you get like the leg in particular, once you get that critical, then that superstar is definitely going to walk a lot slower. Their running is going to be impaired, meaning that, sometimes if they try to run, they may collapse to the ground. We've had this in the game before, but now it's tied strictly with that limb targeting so that it'll only occur if that guy's leg is jammed up. So it's great strategy if you're, competing against like a Sin Cara and Evan Bourne, Rey Mysterio, guys that are just constantly, they're a lot faster than you. You can work that leg, slow them down, take away their biggest advantage, which is their speed, and kind of, work, have them wrestle a match that, you're trying to control the pace of. So yeah, I love the limb targeting system personally. Like I really dig it.
And you have, I know there's 4 moves for the head and the, actually why don't you explain just real briefly the amount of depth in the limb targeting system?
Well, what it is, it's, we have moves you can perform in the chain holds, moves you can perform in front of a standing groggy opponent, as well as a downed opponent, like when they're on the ground. And we have, like, we wanted to obviously, put as many different moves in as possible, but we basically segment them off by weight class. So depending on what weight class you are, it will determine the type of move you do. But honestly, it's kind of bigger than just the moves that you do. It's the effects that you get from using them. Like if you damage the guy's head, he'll transition into that standing groggy state a lot more quickly, which is what you want him to be, because that way you can go to that top rope and try your top rope moves, or just do your stronger set of groggy grapples. So that's a key one.
Or even your finisher.
Yeah. So I mean, it just changes up how the game is played, and it just finally puts some emphasis on that limb target or the limb damage meter that we've had. Because we don't have a traditional health system. Our health is based on body part. You've got 120 hit points in the head, 120 hit points in the arms. So it's like it just kind of emphasizes and brings that more to the fore. Just adds a bit more strategy into the mix. At least that's what we're going for.
Yeah, well, I think the limb targeting system is a good step forward,
well, thank you.
It'll only be improved upon year after year.
Exactly. Yeah. Honestly, it's
looking good so far.
The tough part is just getting it in. Getting it in the game, and then once it's in, it's like, okay, cool, here we have it, and then you can look to improve upon it further.
Yeah, because that's really what sports games are all about. It's about that progression year after year. It's not trying to introduce a million different features, but introducing one key feature, then building on it and building on it and building on it.
Exactly. I mean, and honestly, I'm sure a lot of fans probably don't like to hear that per se, but at the same time, it's like, we come out every year. There's only so much we can do if we had, obviously.
Well, I mean, look at year 2 of Universe Mode, right?
Oh yeah.
So we one of the things we did was now you can defend your title at any time.
Right.
Which is cool.
Brought that back.
Yeah. So
we listen to you.
We do. We listen, especially this guy. All right. Next question. Let's see here. What are we going for?
Was that just the first one or the second?
That was the second one. That was number 2. Yeah, we got a few more here. We're gonna do this.
So far, so good.
So far so good. Will partners recognize one another in triple threats in fatal 4-way matches? Meanwhile, if 2 tag partners are in a 4-way, will they work together to eliminate the others?
We are. I mean, that's an AI question. It's a good question, and I want to say yes. I mean, we're definitely working to get our AI to that point where it's like, they're doing what you would expect them to.
Sure.
Especially in the situation described in the question. So, we're working towards that. I guess that's the best way I can answer that right now. But I definitely, obviously, that's how you want your partners to behave in a match. So. We're working towards that, and I feel good that we're going to get there. I mean, the AI this year especially is a lot better. I'm even talking about how more aggressive they are just in terms of the combat, but even just the partner AI is a lot more attuned to what's going on. So, I feel confident that we'll be able to achieve that.
One of the coolest things I've heard from our community summit a few weeks back over at SummerSlam was a couple of the guys commented that the AI feels like you're playing a pay-per-view match. It's got these big dramatic moments, and it just doesn't feel like a bunch of jabs and kicks, and it really feels like a story's being told. So I think that's a testament to what you guys have done with the AI this year, that they perform better. They do a variety of moves, that the tag teams recognize each other, all those kinds of things, the little bells and whistles that you guys continue to improve on year after year.
Yes, yeah, that's what we strive for. I mean, me personally, every match that I played in WWE 12, I wanted to feel like an epic pay-per-view match. I don't want to experience a television match, although there's some damn good ones. I want to experience some WrestleMania level, excitement and drama every time I play the game. So that's cool to hear. That's really cool to hear.
Absolutely. All right, moving on.
Numerous more parts.
All right. Got a couple more here. So let's move over to our Facebook page.
All right.
One question we've got here. Will there ever be a more elegant solution to superstar rope collisions, such as characters intelligently repositioning themselves?
Sure. Yeah. A short answer, sure.
Why not? I mean, we always want to improve that, of course, right?
Oh yeah, and I think we made improvements to that this year.
Yeah, sure.
Just in terms of the work we've done towards eliminating a lot of the warping and character popping here and there, which comes about as a result sometimes of this superstar's placement between their closest in proximity to the ropes. So you'll see a lot of that improved this year. But again, like you said, I mean, every year it's an ongoing thing. We just want to keep making steps in the right direction towards improvement, and we've done that this year. So yeah, I mean, you'll see some of that this year. I'm not going to say it's going to be 100%, but definitely, I can definitely guarantee that it's going to be a lot better than it was in the last year's game.
Awesome. Well, that's the hope.
Yeah,
and that's the goal.
Yeah.
Next question. Let's see here. Can we do a finisher from the ladder to a table outside of the ring? Last year, the superstar jumped but stayed in the ring.
Oh, well, that was a bug. Because you were supposed to have been able to do that.
Assuming the bug is fixed this year.
Assuming the bug is fixed this year, yeah. I mean, that sucks to hear, but I'll check. I mean, I haven't seen it personally myself this year, but I mean, yeah, that one would, expect to see that. I will check myself, and then I will let you know, and we can, post like a.
We'll confirm on the bug, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we can post an update.
All right.
To this
it's a good
question.
one. It's a good question.
Yeah, it is a good question.
All right.
Thank you for asking it.
A lot of people have been asking this. Will you be able to use last year's controls off and online? And I think more importantly, people are asking, a lot of people have been asking, can you use SVR 11 controls in WWE 12?
Yes, you cannot. Just being real with everybody out there, I know a lot of times people's
Let's call it designer progression, right?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times people's expectations, they hear stuff about the game and their imaginations start whirling and clicking, and I just want to set expectations straight up, and I don't want to, BS anybody.
Sure.
No, we do not offer last year's controls in the game, as far as using the analog stick for grappling and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sorry for people that, find that disappointing, but the game, the controls, honestly, there's still, even though they're on the buttons now, it's still very similar to what we did last year, the year before that. So, and the controls work great, and I mean, it'll be a slight learning curve for anybody, for all our hardcore veterans. But the control scheme works great. It really does. And yeah, I mean, we were gonna do it, and it just, the cost to do so was pretty staggering because it affects a lot of things as far as AI, those type of things. So I was like, look, we just have to weigh like what's more important, us finishing and trying to polish this game to get it to the point where it's as bug free.
Well, again, I mean, WWE as well. This is a rebrand. It's a rebirth, and it's kind of like out with the old, in with the new.
Out with the old, in with the new.
And the new controls, they really accommodate to the designs. And the limb targeting system, the new grappling,
they really do.
To everything. And I think once guys pick it up, and especially guys who are veterans that have already been here and picked it up at E3 or community summits, what have you. I haven't heard a single person complain about the controls.
And I haven't either.
Not a single person.
And honestly, those hardcore guys, like it definitely, which I love. I mean, you guys just help support the game for years and years. I mean, it's just a throwback control scheme to games like Here Comes the Pain. So I mean, it's not going to be completely unfamiliar to anybody who's played the SmackDown franchise or the SmackDown vs. Raw franchise for a lot of years. I mean, so I think you'll feel right at home with the control scheme. I mean, it's awesome. I'm not just saying that because I helped design it. It really is. I mean, like you said, the community guys.
But you should be like the Miz and say it's awesome.
It is awesome. I mean, it is.
The best advice I could ever give to anyone today is look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you are awesome. Because let's face it, when you start the day with telling yourself you're awesome, it's going to be a good day no matter what. Boom.
Stand by your design.
I stand by it, 100%.
All right. Final question.
Final question.
This is more of a personal question.
Okay.
Work, not personal, like game personal.
Oh, okay.
So people want to know.
Like I had to preface.
People want to know, Brian Williams, in your opinion, just a couple things. What in your opinion makes or separates WWE 12 from SVR? Just give us a couple highlights.
Couple highlights. The gameplay is more refined this go around. There's more strategy involved. Outside, we mentioned the limb targeting system. Even outside of that, the game itself, it's just a little more strategic. Those attributes mean a lot more this year than they have, I think, in a very, very long time. They're more apparent in matches. People's strengths, their weaknesses. And again, I gotta give a shout out to Jason Van Dyke, our game designer. He took ownership of the attributes and really helped use some fine tuning them and everything. Guys just feel like themselves, which I think is awesome. And that's what you want. That's what you want, when you play the game. And you want the Big Show to feel and behave like the Big Show. You want Zack Ryder to perform and behave like Zack Ryder. So I think we've really done a good job with that this year. And then I personally, I love the comebacks moments. I'm just a big. I was gonna say mark. I'm a mark. I'm a fan for anything in any wrestling game that is just indicative of wrestling. That is just something that I can see on programming, and then it's like, oh my God, I can do it in the game.
Yeah.
That I just pop for that kind of stuff. So I think this year's game has more of that than we've done in a very long time.
Who's your favorite comeback moment?
Tied between Daniel Bryan and The Undertaker. Probably Daniel Bryan, just because I love that dude.
He is your boy.
He is my boy.
When I first met you, man, that's the guy you were talking about, the rising star.
I'm a big fan of his. Yeah. So his comeback sequences is really, really cool.
Awesome.
So yeah, I hope that answered the question.
I think you did. I think you did a good job.
Right, cool.
You did pretty good on the hot seat today.
Yeah, actually wasn't so hot.
It's
kind of lukewarm.
It's a lot hotter back there than it is right here.
Yeah, definitely. Look like he's standing in it.
I know, exactly. All right, WWE Games fans. Well, that's it for this week. No more Q&A for this week at least, but we'll be back again on Facebook and Twitter, and of course you can get more official news on wwe.thq.com. Follow us on Twitter at WWE Games, or join us on Facebook.com/WWE Games. That's it for this week's Q&A. Thank you very much, Brian Williams.
One more time before we go out.
Let's try and do one more time. There we go.
Oh, you do the snap.
All right, I did the snap.
All right, so you threw me again.
Snap.
On purpose.
We'll see you later.
Finally! There's only one man that can captivate the world! After 7 long years, finally! The great one, the most electrifying man in all of entertainment, the jabroni pie-eating, trail-blazing, eyebrow-raising, step off the brink, put your foot on the gas, people's champ, The Rock! If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Pre-order WWE 12 today and get the most electrifying man in all of entertainment.
The Rock is back!